Hello, we're back. Welcome back, everyone. If you stuck around from the Minecraft, thanks so much for sticking around for Elden Ring. Today we're going to be continuing, if not finishing, our first run as Derek Zoolander with the Black Steel Greathammer. I've done a little bit of leveling between streams. We're currently level 108. We've got pretty high strength score. We have not put a ton into faith, but I think our faith is probably going up around the 30 range. We have Godric's Great Rune active. So right now, obviously, like, my base stats are slightly different to the stats we are seeing, but that is okay. I've been farming birds, and I can't remember what I planned on doing next, aside from get stuff to upgrade this with, which primarily means go to Lanedale and beat Morgott. I am going to swap my shield back in, just in case we can do some great hammer counters, because the counter on this thing is supposed to be pretty good, but that's the holy damage segment of this weapon's capabilities, and I think, honestly, we're going to have a much better time if I just go around hitting stuff with it. I think we got as far as beating Morgott last time, right? That's where the Elden Throne is, we have the roll route, so actually, let's go to Mountaintops and go beat Fire Giant. What weapon is this? This is the Black Steel Greathammer, which you can find in the DLC. It's a very easy weapon to get right at the beginning, and it has additional capabilities if you infuse it with a sacred incantation. So if I do this, it then has a guard counter that does a lot more holy damage. But yeah, this thing rules. It's really fun. It looks like a big Dayglow lantern now that I'm holding it imbued with sacred magic, but yes, this is another great hammer which is going to be very, very good to just hit stuff with. I'm also planning on, first of all, acquiring another incantation, another talisman. Second of all, I think I'm planning on going to get Golden Vow Ash of War, which is in Limgrave, because that will save us needing to use Golden Vow incantation. But I don't know if we even need to, because this thing is already putting out pretty high damage. So we could try and max it out a little bit more. I just don't want to just put Wild Strikes on it and call it good. The other option is going and getting Royal Knight's Resolve, because that'd be really fun. Also, this is Derek Zoolander. I tried to make him look as much like the makeup look from Zoolander 1 as possible. I think I managed okay. I'm wondering if perhaps we should return to the DLC for two-handed sword talisman if I want to two-hand this instead of guard counter people. But the guard counter looks like this. And it sends this like aura across the floor, which does a little extra like stance damage and holy, but I don't know if I especially need it when this thing already kind of rips. I mean, look at this. Yeah. I don't think we really need to do the guard counter thing. I am mainly concerned with getting this thing to higher levels of weapon level. Like, it's currently plus 16. I think it needs to be a little higher than that at the end game. But we can comfortably take this thing to like plus 19, get through Godskin Duo, buy the rest of the smithing stones, get an ancient dragon smithing stone from Mountaintops or Farum. Pretty easily. Big Kev, thanks so much for the 21 months. Welcome back. So yeah, I think now we're at Forbidden Lands. Now we have made a little bit more progress. I think we're going to run and get the two-handed sword. Because the damage boost is just too good to overlook. It is dark on Gravesite Plain, though. I'm like, where's the landscape? They just not bother loading it in. They did. Gonna get used to doing this run. I'm pretty sure we need to get the Black Steel Twinblade from a guy in Shadowkeep, I want to say. If it's not Shadowkeep, then it's like somewhere buried in Castle Ensis. But I think it's in Shadowkeep. Because the Black Steel Knights are Messmer's military. They're his like infantry, so try and avoid getting spotted by big lad over here. I think we're good. Top of the hill on the left. Is he up there? I need to look it up because it's a boss, right? Or am I thinking of someone else? Because I know Euphoria is in Ballarat. Or rather in Enir Elim, but there's a way I'm going to have to learn to get to it first if we ever get as far as E. But the Black Steel Twinblade I thought was a boss we had to fight somewhere. I could be thinking of the armor set. Man, this thing is nerfed when we're here, though. Because I picked up no Shadow Tree fragments. Do I still have Moog's Shackle equipped? I don't. I'll have to use that in a second. My first time through, I never really bothered with either of the shackle items, whether it was Moog's or Margit's. Skidoo! Oh. Okay, all this just to get to Rao. Or Raw Base, which is the complaint they always have on Great British Bake Off. Briefly say hello to Dane. Hello, Dane. Goodbye, Dane. Bye, Otter. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Using solar beam. Yet another poison swamp, and we're almost there. I think this is just going to replace the guard counter talisman. Not solar flare, not solar flare. Torrent has like green hoofs from riding through all that poison. Right, I'm going to grab the Grace here just in case I get hit by golems. Really don't want to repeat that entire run. It's pretty safe up to this point, but the golems can tag you from a distance if I'm not careful. What's up, Van? 9:20 in the morning is too early to call it lunch. Fair play. I will occasionally have meals at weird times, so I'm not one to judge on whether things are lunch or nay. Whoa, okay, yeah, probably need to not leap off there. Good idea. This is all glowy. Oh, larval tier, nice. Don't really need it, but fun to have. Another spirit spring we won't use. And here is Templetown Ruins. So as usual, we're just going up to the top of that bit. Just going to grab the talisman, and whatever happens with the... what are they called? The big guy with the sword. It shouldn't matter, we'll just be able to grab the talisman and run away. I'll try and Skyrim my way up here so that we can avoid this lad mostly. While he comes up behind me. Farewell! Horse eye frames, yeah! Pretty good. He doesn't follow me all the way down here. I don't think he would die of full damage, but... Right, that is basically just going to straight up replace that. The rest of these are fine. We could always swap it in for carry and filigree if we want to. That's that done. Next, here's the thing, right? I could go and get Royal Knight's Resolve. It's a bit of a detour through Volcano Manor. We might get a couple of smithing stones on the way. Alternatively, since this thing already has Endure, I could go for Endure's little cousin, which is Determination. I think Giant Hunt is the other one that's really fun to put on these massive hammers. But I think I might save that for either the Great Sword or one of the other colossal weapons.
Oi. You there.
Bok is still a tree. But yeah, I think we go ahead and put Determination on this. Because Determination is right here. And is basically the same thing as Royal Knight's Resolve, just only gives you like plus 60% to your next attack instead of plus 80, but way easy to get. What's next on the boss list? Fire Giant. Because I don't plan on doing anything in the Consecrated Snowfield this time around. I might put Faith Knot here on this. But then it does scale a little bit with Dex. We can put Howl of Shabriri on here because we will be getting some more Faith. And yeah, with Ashes of War, we can put Determination on this thing. Although that does make it quality. I think we need to put a heavy infusion on this. So let's go back to Stormveil and get the Black Knife, or the Black Wet Blade. Where's the easiest place to do that from? I guess here. If we've got Rampart Tower. I think I took the elevator. What's up, Carter? Marshall, welcome in. Contraption does not move. Okay. Well, in that case, it's lift side chamber and across the courtyard. I guess maybe I came up this way, right? Because I got the rusty key and everything. Yeah. That makes more sense. Bonk the Omen! No, your dog! Absurd. 2 hits. I mean, obviously this is Stormveil. We're way over leveled for this, but really quite funny. We can optimize the build slightly more by putting a heavy infusion on this. We still get a bit more damage from Order's Blade. Okay. I wasn't worried that I was going to die there, but it got a little closer than I should have let it. Oh, you got a big axe? Cool. Nice. We'll go back to the round table hold just because it's a fast warp, and we can just rest here. So now we can put Determination and Heavy on this thing. Yeah, that's a pretty significant upgrade. Which we will see once we get back to mountaintops. So fun going through early areas with light weapons. A great bonk again. Yes, a great bonk again. So now we can do this, and it does way more damage. Although that does, I think, overrule what it will do with Order's Blade, because Order's Blade is also a similar kind of buff. Torrent kind of took the hits for us there. But Determination is basically a one-time use thing, whereas Order's Blade lasts for a little while, so we'll see which one we prefer. I think Order's Blade is just going to boost the faith-based damage of it, though, which we're not putting a ton of emphasis on. When's the last time I fed Torrent? I think we maybe fed him on one of the A to Z runs. I can't remember which, but he gets fed every time we sit at a Grace from a gameplay perspective, so I don't know why I'm flasking up. I was like vaguely entertaining the idea of fighting the Blackblade Kindred, but I don't know if I want to now. Mainly just wanted to see, because this is strike damage, right? I want to see how... yeah, okay, that's pretty significant, actually. As long as they don't stand in the whirlwind as they're doing it. Oh. Honestly, 1500 is pretty good. Oh, ouch. Forget how many, like, wacky follow-ups they have. We played sloppy. Still pretty easy fight. Gargoyles, Black Steel. Won't bother getting the Grace since we're not going to the snowfields. But yeah, Determination adds a pretty significant chunk to that. I like it. Adds a few extra runes, some of which we can put into Faith. Because, yeah, with Howl of Shabriri on top of this, we're getting some pretty chunky damage. Wondering if there's anything in particular we want to do for the armor set now, but I think the Confessor armor looks good with this weapon, so I don't see much point in changing it. Funny, Elden Ring's category name is in all caps, like it's always shouting compared to everything else. It's pretty funny, isn't it? Elden Ring! Okay, so that lets us buy a handful of Smithing Stone 6s that we need now. I think we need like 10 maybe. Less than 10 probably. And that'll get this thing all the way up to plus 18. It's plus 16 now, so yeah. The minimum it needs is 10. Or the maximum it needs is 10. So, we should be able to get through Farum with that. Just gotta make the upgrades. And we'll do that before Fire Giants. Can see the Golem Archer today. Up there knocking his arrows. What's been my average time per playthrough? We've got it down to roughly 6 hours now. I think average time is probably brought up by the first playthrough where we didn't really have like a full grasp on how quickly we were doing stuff. The All Bosses playthrough I did recently, and any of the other ones where I have like little optional objectives. But like if I'm just going through doing the critical path, we're only doing the base game, usually it takes about 6 hours or 2 streams. But I'm not doing all remembrances, I'm just doing like get to the end credits. Not quite like any percent speedrun, because I'm not exactly a speedrunner, but so much of this game is optional, and exploration is involved. And I figure we're seeing the exploration when it's relevant to each run, rather than doing it all for the sake of doing it all, you know? I could level up by doing a bunch of the bosses instead of leveling up by going to Mogwin Palace and shooting birds for half an hour, but shooting birds for half an hour is faster, so. Mostly going to grab this grace just to reset my flasks, just in case something weird happens. Yes, this is the 16th or 17th weapon beginning with B, and the 30th weapon overall. Next one will be Black Steel Twinblade, and then Blade of Calling is after that. So it's kind of a repeat of the Black Knife playthrough. Bye, Borealis. Blade of Calling. Blasphemous Blade is after that, and that's going to be very fun. For a start, we have to go and fight Rykard as early as possible. Which will be easy enough to do. As long as we can beat Godskin Noble anyway. But then there are a couple of things that I want to add to Blasphemous Blade as a build that might require us going to the DLC. So we might have to beat Moog with it. But that shouldn't be difficult. Okay, since the Okina fight is coming up, I think this Grace here is where we're going to checkpoint and then go back to the round table to upgrade the weapon. So we go and drop off the bell bearing. Don't need the somber one. So we need 8 of these. And that should be it. Family. Together.
No. Oh, don't pay me, just lay out.
No. Oh, we're up to plus 20. Very nice. Didn't think we had that many 7s, but I guess we do. And you can get some more of those from mountaintops, but I don't think it'll be enough to make another upgrade. Rykard's voice acting still one of my favorites in media. Yeah. Yeah, I think, for my money, nothing beats Legacy of Kain for voice acting. Like, it's the game that got me interested in the field of voice acting, if not actually trying it myself, at least, like, got me to pay attention, you know? So I think we need to go and get Golden Vow, the incantation, if we're not going to be using the Ash of War, but I thought Determination was going to be a good alternative to Hoarah's Blade as a strength-heavy build. And the blood loss. Bit ridiculous. Okay, we can roll catch. That's okay. Nice. Good timing on that one. 1100 is great. And the roll and swing is it comes out surprisingly fast. Zerotron, you made it. Welcome in. We're just about to get our flasks to plus 12 and go fight fire giants. Yeah, I think Egon is my favorite from this game. Yeah, Wondrous Physic is okay. Spells are fine-ish. I mean, like I said, we can go and get Golden Vow. Can I use Golden Vow yet? No, 23 Faith, we need 25. Although the Physic tier will give me 28 Faith, so I can actually cast it then. I can't use Howl of Shabriri yet, but that's probably the priority for our next handful of levels, if we can get that far. Because that's just absurd levels of damage, stacking with Determination and Golden Vow. Just means we take a bit of a debuff to our strength, and on the endgame bosses, that ain't going to matter too much, because I know the patterns. Like, imagine hitting Elden Beast with a full force charged R2 with Golden Vow. Determination, which is effectively Royal Knight's Resolve, just a little bit weaker. One-shotter, dude. Unbelievable. Egon's is so funny because the voice actor wasn't told much about Elden Ring or the role he was playing. Yeah, no, the story goes that he just, like, got booked for a day, went into the booth, blew out his lung, and then became one of the most iconic characters in Elden Ring as a result. I think we'll go and get this smithing stone just so we can consider the dragon fight sort of optional. And so I can get harassed by birds some more. The worst thing about those birds is that they actually, being crows, being excellent mimics, they have a grab that mimics the stagger sound, but then the animation is different to them actually getting staggered, and then they pick you up in their beak and, like, slam you, which is incredibly funny and such a troll move, but sucks to be on the receiving end of it. Yeah, the fake out is real. So, Faith, just for Golden Vow being more viable without the Physic Flask, and let's go fight Fire Giants. buffs here are going to be a bit ridiculous. Oh, you know what we could do, actually, before we fight Fire Giant? Sorry, another minor diversion. Just because I know we're going to get a couple of charged R2s in here when we can, let's go and get the Axe Talisman. And we can swap that for Carrion Filigree because Determination doesn't take that much FP. Cohen the Barbarian stealing old Grandad's diamond teeth. Pretty much that, yes. Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone, aka the Giant's Back Molar. Go back to sleep. So glad birds aren't this big IRL. Same. Okay, now. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Go back. Sights of Grace. Mountaintops. Foot of the Forge. Sometimes getting to the other side of the map, moving the cursor like that is tremendously slow, but I just don't have the menuing skills. So we're changing talismans, we're putting this on. It's just going to be like a full set of these Stone Guy talismans. Okay, Fire Giant time. Now it is actually time for the Fire Giant. I think after this we might also get the mixed physic tier that does more charged attack damage, because that's over in Caelid. Oh, okay, okay, I'll take it. Golden Vow. There we go. That's it. I'm trying to keep my health high here just because of Ritual Sword Talisman giving me extra damage too. Oh, that's huge. Absolutely absurd. Charged R2, second phase. That was 6,000 damage in one hit. Okay, next hit should stagger, provided that he doesn't play keep away for too long. But then again, we're not doing damage to all of the weak points. Horse iframes does it again. There we go. That's the stuff. Unfortunately, his face is just over there, so we're just going to hit the wrist a couple of times instead. And I ran out of stamina, never mind. Oh, ouch. There we go, hit him in the eye instead. That'll do it. Fight's the best because you hit him in the foot so much he tears his leg off from the pain of it, then you hit him in the other foot so much he dies. Yeah, Get a couple of points into faith, and it's off to Farum for the Godskin Duo. When a spirit summon dies and you think you died because it's the exact same noise? Yeah, whenever anything takes that, like, harsh, jangly sound. You can't always tell if it's you that dies or a boss or whatever. Okay. Are you ready to commit? Are you prepared to commit?
This world and death. Are you prepared to commit? Very let my hand.
I think we're pretty committed at this point. You think Fire Giant can burp from his stomach mouth? What do you think he's doing? Man burps from his stomach mouth and destroys whole towns. Can't use your sword. Your horse. Can't even say your horse. This entire challenge is commitment, exactly. We were always prepared to commit. That's my secret cap. I'm always prepared to commit. The one-hit staggers are very helpful. Of course, it's not helpful when you immediately aggro another guy by killing his friend into him. But the others don't seem to mind. They're always lurching out of alcoves, these guys. Not bad so far. We'll keep moving. Most important thing about this is to not look at the dragon. I never liked Bob or George anyway. Every so often, I take a look at another piece of Farum Azula or whatever area we're traveling through that I've never really taken a moment to appreciate the architecture before, and I'm like, gotta use some of this sometime. Just walk under the dragon, no biggie. It really isn't. Really not a big deal. Another 10k. I think we'll probably just crush the rest of these. That should get us 2 levels. 2 more into faith. Oh, wait, no, 1 more. Oh, okay. Well, that's either these other 2 runes I've got left or a couple of beastmen in the next room. Sometimes I don't even need to step forward into the area you can perform a riposte from. It just happens. Welcome to the room where my frames always die. I think I'll sit here. So that's 23 faith. Faith not crystal tier gives us 5, so that'll get us up to 28. We need 33 in order to cast Howl of Shabriri, so we really just need 5 more faith. And this is where we need Order's Blade, actually, because half of these things are undead. Okay, didn't fall off this time. Good, I'm learning. 30 runs in, you think I'd be better at not falling off of Elden Ring Skyblock, but here we are. I'm going to go down to the room with Bernal just because it's the fastest way to return to the Godskin Duo fight, regardless of whether we're summoning Bernal. I don't know if I actually will, though. I don't know if Determination puts any more stance damage on it, but it also doesn't matter. Back to lurking. No worries, Mikatu. Enjoy your lurk. Is this a New Game Plus run, though? Nope. New game. With just under 4 hours on the clock so far. Pretty decent run. Can I use Howl of Shabriri? Oh, I can. Okay, this should be interesting then. Just don't miss my first swing. Oh, that's almost half his health bar. Very nice. We're going for Apostle first. Even though Noble's not really letting me do much about that. Great. 3-hit Apostle is very nice. If only Noble could be 3 hits. Just gonna regain some stamina. Run away a little bit. Still got hit by it anyway. Okay, now he's behind here. Gonna get an extra heal in because they'll both do a predictable move and I can get my Ritual Sword buff back. Oh, dang it. There it goes again. Nice. I like that Determination is fast enough that I can basically charge it while they're getting up. He let me have that one for free as well, which is kind of him. Very nice. Clean Godskin Duo. Used all of my flasks, but worth it just to play how I wanted to play. And I actually get the full Howl of Shabriri, which is kind of great if we have the flasks. So I think we'll probably just start putting points there into strength again. Easy game for babies. Now, the last of our upgrades, which are going to be expensive, so we might not be able to do all of them. Especially since we've got to buy all of the high-level smithing stones. We need 4 of these, yeah, and then a bunch of those. But we can get a little higher now. Might just go and shoot a couple of birds. Because then we can get all of the upgrades done. Yeah, let's do that real quick. But yeah, Howl of Shabriri, Golden Vow, Determination. That's like pretty huge damage. So I don't think we all need the shield anymore. Something's telling me. I think maybe 4 or 5 birds and we'll have the full budget. Even fewer if any of them have glowing eyes, but wishful thinking. We've only got to buy 7 more smithing 8s, but then just pay for all of the upgrades. Howl and Golden Vow stack? They do, yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah, because the Shabriri icons are still there. But then Golden Vow adds the defensive one. I think it's Shabriri's Howl of Shabriri and Flame Grant Me Strength don't stack. You kind of pick either Howl or Flame. I think that's it. Yeah, whenever I see the ridiculous buff stacking videos where they do like a whole routine with Black Dumpling and Madness and all of the other stuff and Seppuku, like White Mask, all of that stuff, like they always use Howl of Shabriri and Golden Vow because most of the time they're one-shotting stuff they don't need to worry about getting hit. So, there we go, plus 25. Yeah, and it doesn't matter whether or not they have the damage debuffs from half of those things. And then, like, obviously, Rakshasa's armor and a bunch of the stuff from the DLC. Stick with Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength. Yeah, I mean, most of the time you only need 25 Faith. Howl of Shabriri needs, like, 33, but since we have the Faith Not tier for this one, I think I was talking about going back and getting the Putrid Avatar fight here done for the charged attack. Is this the charged attack talisman? Or is this the other one? Because I think, no, the charged attack talisman is the one that's here in the Mistwood, yeah? Or am I thinking of a different one? Let's fight this boss anyway, it's fun. It's fun and we'll get extra runes. This one gives you one of the useful mixed physic tiers, and I cannot remember which one it is. Smashing everything with this axe is such a nice treat after a bow and a dagger run. That's part of the reason I'm doing it this way. Is like this is the biggiest, bonkiest weapon we have done for a while. And this is, again, my first time using Determination. We can take out almost as much of this thing's health bar as it takes off mine. That first hit especially. Oh, ow. Nope. Oh, almost had me. Oh! Oh, we stopped it from doing the jump even. Amazing. Stone Barb. What does Stone Barb do? I'm pretty sure that's the one we want. Oh no, Stone Barb is the stance break one, yeah? I think the charged attack one is in the Mistwoods. Yeah, no, the crystal tier for this one is in the Mistwood. But then we just got like 100 and something thousand runes for doing that fight, so I'm not gonna turn my nose up at that amount. And one of those merchants over there being like, I'm hungry. Oh, almost got the ground pound for the meme. Yeah, this one. This one. Spiked cracked tier is the one we wanted. Yes. Good. Stone Barb is the stance breaky one. This is one of those tiers that I never go and get, and I really should, because it's so useful so early. There are so many early bosses that you can charge R2. Not getting a whole lot of additional damage here, but it's also insurance against losing Rune Arc. Okay, yeah, and Mixed Physic. We'll swap the Strength Knot Crystal tier for Spiked Crack tier, and now our charged R2 is ridiculous, going into a boss that we probably won't be able to charge R2 against, so I'm really thinking ahead for Gideon for this one. I don't think Maliketh will really give us an opportunity to charge an R2, especially one that's this slow. Swag jump. Shard of Alexander will be useless to us if we're using Determination as our Ash of War, so we're not going to worry about it, because it's 15% extra damage on skills, and we are buffing ourselves with a skill, not strictly dealing damage with it. Horned Warriors, that's what the guys are called, with the two-handed sword talisman. I was just thinking about it because the Crucible Knights are basically the base game equivalent of those guys, or vice versa. On Faith builds, I really should just go and get a, like a Lightning Strike for this section with the birds, but honestly at this stage, it's not mattering much, is it? Man, the reach on this thing is pretty good too. Alright, one more bird and then we're out of bird hell. Man, I can't believe that missed. Hello? I hate this place. Find it fascinating how many falling structures are just floating almost like in stasis. The whole thing of the area of Farum Azula is that this storm is basically warping time. And that's why when you get the Ancient Dragon's Smithing Stone that fully upgrades a weapon, it's supposed to be capable of killing the Elden Beast. Even though, obviously, you can kill it without fully upgrading the weapon. It's just for the sake of, like, the lore of it all. The description of the Ancient Dragon Smithing Stones do say, like, this warps time, making it capable of slaying the god of this world. But that's why when you go to fight Dragon Lord Placidusax in that, like, central arena, it's inside the tornado. If you read up any of the, like, the Old Lord's Talisman descriptions or any of the stuff about Placidusax, it basically says that he exists in a storm beyond time, and that he used to be basically the equivalent of the Elden Lord. Back when the dragons were some of the only creatures that existed in the Lands Between. Back when people imagined dragons. It'd be so cruel if you couldn't kill the Elden Beast without it. I mean, yeah, especially considering that you have a finite amount of Ancient Dragon Smithing Stones. Okay, at this point, I'm happy just putting the Rune Arc back on, because I'll want it for the Maliketh fight, and I don't think anything left here is going to kill me. If it does, that's on me. We get a free Rune Arc when we get back to Lanedale anyway. Enough of your flipping. Watch out for murderous birds, yeah. Murder, murder, murder. The jump heavy does so much. I need to put Axe Talisman back on. I think in terms of priority, yeah, it's like this, really. Two-handed, axe, jump, ritual sword. Because you have to not take damage for ritual sword to count, and I am still kind of bad at not taking damage. One-handing this massive stone on a stick still looks hilariously painful to me. I mean, that's why I gotta have all of this extra strength. That's why we're pursuing these gains. Okay, let's do the full buff routine for Draconic Tree Sentinel here, just because it's going to be hilarious how much damage we will deal. Look at the amount of icons I've got. Huge. Oh, yes. Oh my god. 5 hits. Yeah, baby. Just gonna go back to the Grace to get my flasks back. Now, this could be our fastest new game run, assuming Maliketh goes well, because this thing crushes in terms of damage. We've got a pretty hefty setup. And the bonk stick does kind of rule, yeah. I don't think we quite have time to do our full buff routine inside the arena before he starts running at me, so I will do it outside. But we'll do determination once we get inside.
Thou who approacheth destined death will not have it stolen from me again.
Okay, yeah, unfortunately that didn't quite land with the heft I wanted it to, but the follow-up sure did. And my roll there was poorly timed. The only thing about this weapon is it's a little slow. Yeah, which means I get cut up a little bit here. Kind of feel like the mace needs this as kind of feedback. This weapon looks satisfying as hell. Yeah, I think you'd get more out of the mace if Minecraft was a game designed exclusively for combat. That's the thing about Elden Ring, is that everything about this game is tailored to make combat feel good. Or bad, but then also good. I like how you still need to have your Sacred Seal equipped to, I guess, press it into your eyes. That's what I wanted from the first hit. It's like a fifth of his health bar. Maybe a little bit less. And now I have basically no stamina left, so let's do something about that, shall we? Oh wait, phase 2. Oh, death.
Become my blade once more.
Blink and you'll miss it. It's the Italian cold steel Cinquedea. And now it is something very different. Let's see how we do, eh? Oh, yes! Please let me get this off. Oh, no, we didn't get it. Oh, never mind. We didn't get the crit, but we did get a pretty hefty hit there, and oh my god, okay man, okay, nah, oh. That rules. Whew. Oh man, what a rush. I can see why people like the bonk builds in this game. Black Blade, nothing against Blue Steel, right? Oh, we've seen this cutscene. Why bother? People say Elden Ring is too hard. Yeah. I was watching Tulok the Barbarian the other day. And I think it was the Commander Nile build video that he did. With the Commander Standard and everything. Like the Nile cosplay run, basically. Where he was like, genuinely speaking, the thing people always say about this game is that summons make it easy mode. I feel like summons are 5th on the ladder of things that make it easy mode. And the top is buffs. Which, I mean, obviously, yeah, you have to understand how the game works and, like, figure out what combinations of buffs, and there's, like, a little bit of skill involved in timing them all and everything. But, like, yeah, you can one-shot stuff in this game if you have buffs. They make the game easy. You have to put in effort to make it easy for yourself. Yeah, I think that's the big thing. I mean, even Spirit Ashes and stuff, if you want to fully upgrade them and make them viable for the entire game, you have to go around and do a lot of the game, because you've got to find all the upgrade materials. Like, the first time you're playing through this game, people will say that something makes it easy, but you don't know what makes it easy or where to find it yet. So, like, kind of ridiculous to assert that anything in this game is easy mode. Speaking of easy mode, let's go fight Gideon. Who will let us hit him for free the first time. So let's make that hit count.
Ah, I knew you'd come to stand before the Elden Ring, to become Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit. In my bones.
That was 3 hits, if anyone was counting, and he didn't even get to finish talking or pull out his weapons.
Not even you. A man
Did anyone blink? Yeah.
kill a god.
If Gideon needed any evidence that a man could kill a god, I think he just received it to the back of the head. Clip it? I mean, always clip it. We're still getting a little bit from strength. I don't think we'll be getting much from dex, because I think the heavy affinity actually removes the dex scaling. I think we'll put one into endurance, because frankly it's nice to have more endurance. I'll pop this, and we'll put another one into endurance. Think we're going to be okay, Gideon? Yeah, I think we'll be okay, Gideon. There we go. All right. I would clip it, but I can never get it to work right. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure somebody else will manage. It's all good. Twitch as a website is pretty resource intensive on a browser, so like I can see why people aren't super keen on doing clips. And you gotta hit the clip like really quickly after something happens, but like if you clip your own stuff, it's like you can't go in and like start a clip at the beginning of the funny thing. You have to do it at the end of the funny thing and then work backwards. It's a weird workflow. Also, yeah, it won't allow you to post links in chat, so I will look at them later. Alright, Godfrey time! Do not even know how to clip. There's always a chance to learn. Yeah, you can whisper links to Dan if you want to include clip links in chat, because the mods can leave links. We'll watch Godfrey this time. By the time Twitch loads the clipping feature, too much time has passed? Yeah, that's something like it. That has happened to me a fair bit. Rah!
It's been a long while. Morgoth.
That's why I don't bother, yeah. I think I need to get a Stream Deck button that just automatically clips the last 60 seconds or something. I know a lot of people set things up that way.
Long and hard didst thou fight, tarnished warrior.
Look how small you look
spurned
compared
by
to
the grace of gold.
Godfrey in this. Like, most enemies are generally like 3 times your height,
Be
but
assured,
this lad's
the
huge.
Elden Ring resteth close at hand.
Speaking of long and hard, it's the Erd Tree.
Alas, I am returned. To be granted audience once more.
Been eating those Erd beans. He has. Alright, let's see how much damage our first hit can do to Godfrey.
The first Elden Lord.
Dang it. Okay, 3k is pretty good. Just gonna get some healing in again. Can't believe that missed, actually. God, the charged heavy is so meaty. Okay, we're gonna get one in here. Right after that. Another charged heavy. He's gonna be staggerable as heck in second phase. Oh my god, no. Dang it. Like, the last hit of the previous phase got the stagger, but then it didn't matter because of the phase transition. That's annoying. Alright, lad, you bring it on. Oh! We hit him real hard in the tweener that time. No, dude. Okay, I'll take a jump attack again. Well, I'm just going to tank this. Unfortunate, but it happens. Quick heal. Keep running. Determination. I think we're going to need to use it again here, so I'll re-up. Give me one of those big throws that you like so much. Well, not right now, actually. Prefer not right now. Oh my gosh, the magic pixel, though. Now I can't see what he's doing. Dang it. Yeah, I lost my lock-on from the throw, and then I forgot to relock because I was too busy trying to run away, so that's on me. I like how he's still got a tiny knife. Just noticed that on his hip. He's got a tiny little knife. No, that was good. That was all but one. We might actually pop a foul foot at the end of this. See if we can get a few extra points here and there. But yeah, Godfrey's pretty easy at this point. We should probably do this the other side of the fog wall, considering how slow this fight starts. Get it to start slightly faster by baiting him into doing his axe throw, but he's not going to do it this time, so... That charged heavy is so big. This will be phase 2. Provided I hit him. Nice. That's what I wanted the first time around. This is going to be the roar attack and... boop. So easy. So easy.
Thy strength befits a crown.
I think that might have been less than 10 hits the entire fight. And I didn't pop off alpha, but it doesn't matter. Too busy celebrating how easy that was. Right. More into stamina and probably one more into vigor, so we're above 1500. Radagon, Elden Beast. Radagon should be a pretty easy cleanup. He's got less poise than Godfrey has. It's mostly just about avoiding the attacks that matter. Let's do this. Hammer versus hammer. What weapon are we on now? This is the end of Black Steel Greathammer, and the next one is going to be Black Steel Twinblade, which is another DLC weapon, so we're going to do a fresh run to the DLC once we're finished here. And then we might end up finishing that one on the Thursday stream. We shall see, my friends. We shall see. But considering on this run we got to the DLC in less than 1 hour 50, we can probably fit another 1 hour 50 run to the DLC in the end of this stream. We'll see. I think the Twinblade is more of a quality build weapon. We can maybe make it keen for the dex bonus. Start Samurai this time. Let's see. Let's see how hard Radagon will let us hit him first. That'll do. Next one staggers, probably. Thought so. I needed to heal after that one, though, just in case he did something wacky. And he is all about wacky. A hammer slammer. Alright, that's Radagon. I think we've lost Howl of Shabriri now, but that's totally fine. Elden Beast. This is all going to be about determination charged R2s, basically the whole time. And again, we could have done the whole guard counter build thing for this, but it's such a slow way to play compared to how powerful this thing can be if you set up right. So, much as I enjoy certain exploration of like the exploration of this whole idea, like trying out all these different weapons, trying all of the different gameplay styles, At this point, I know what I like. And I like to finish the game with a weapon so we can move on. Yeah, Zerotron, you might want to stick around for this, because Elden Beast is going to be gone just as quickly. Oh yeah, I forgot, Dan. This is my first playthrough, I remember. Looking forward to trying Rivers of Blood. The Elden Beast cutscene is like Moonlight Jellies in Stardew, one that I'll never miss watching. Yeah. Time to kill the beast. Oh, I should have got the, Lance Talisman for this bit. Oh, he dodged me by casting a spell I don't like. Okay, this is probably rings. Oh, it's not. Okay, he's moving again though, so it's probably rings. Oh, maybe not. That was good. Huge. Chase him down. Oh, now we're getting rings. Okay, interesting. Alright, time to go. Or maybe not. Ouch. Time to get off Torrent, because I knew another couple of attacks are coming there. Alright, determination, and wait for him to come around. Charged R2. Huge. Another charged R2. Okay, that was a running R2, slightly different. 3 rings? Not even gonna attempt 3 rings. Well, this is it, folks. Provided that I can land a hit, of course. Absolute corker, this weapon. 10 out of 10 would slay again. We got an extra 150,000 for that one. Alright. Alright. Time to start the next run then, yeah? Survived it this time, yeah, I know. After the Black Knife, definitely an upgrade. Definitely an upgrade. This weapon rips. Like, absolutely rules. 10 out of 10 weapon. One of my favorites we've done recently, just for the heavy hitting. Not bad for a rookie. Definitely starting to see the appeal, yeah. Derek Zoolander is the Elden Lord.
The fallen leaves tell a story
Zoolander 2, he's coming back as a samurai.
of how a tarnished became Elden Lord. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Our seed will look back upon us and recall
An age of cheekbones.
an age of fracture.
Look at the eyes, though. Those contacts. He's giving us blue steel, finally. Okay, friends. Elden Ring. We have one quick wrap-up to do here at the Round Table Holds. Derek Zoolander. What a frickin' character. What a weapon. What an absolutely absurd weapon. Started as a young confessor. Look at him now. Plus 25, heavy Black Steel Greathammer. Don't bother with the guard counter. Just bonk. Bonk everything. 4 hours 31. Fastest new game run we've done, I think. And now let's do it again, but with the Twinblade. Probably my first Twinblade, actually. I don't think we've had a Twinblade yet. So we're going to be starting Samurai. We've got Zoolander 2. Or Zoolander the Second, I guess. Golden Seed Keepsake. Load the presets. In Zoolander 2, he doesn't have, as far as I've seen, the makeup and everything as much. So we're going to get rid of all of this. And the tattoo / mark is going to be gone. This time he's just Ben Stiller. It really doesn't look like Ben Stiller. All right, here comes the bouncy ball. Sing along if you know the words. I'm going to run to the bathroom. Be right back.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live.
call of long-lost grace speaks to us all.
Hoarah Loux, chieftain of the Badlands.
Hoarah Loux, chieftain of the Badlands. The ever-brilliant Gold Mask.
Derek Zoolander, who always turned right.
The deathbed companion. The loathsome Dung Eater. And Sir Gideon Ofnir. The all-knowing.
Sir Gideon Ofnir, the 3-hit. Oh yes, got to change the stream title as well.
And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown.
I brought up to Sloy XP that the one other rat whom grace would again bless thing is a bit of an in-joke in the chat, and he was surprised anyone had remembered.
To the lands between.
I'm like, that was 21 playthroughs ago.
To stand before the Elden Ring.
Sir Gideon Ofnir, who died in 3 hits.
And become the Elden Lord.
Now we can go to Tsushima. I mean, we are a samurai, so that is a commonality between the two games. The edit should have been less good. I'll tell him that for next time. If it happens here and it's funny enough, it's going to become a thing. Fair. We've had a fair few things. So, as per usual, first thing we do is die. Bets on how many times it's going to take us to jump off the cliff at the Radagon fight this time. Small Cats is saying 11. Any advance on 11? Nobody expects me to do it first try, obviously. Robbie thinks I can do it first try. Robbie has faith in me. Valois also has faith but says 4. 42 because, yeah. Maybe Zoolander 2 has mad hops. Maybe.
Oh, come to the land. Of course, unfortunately, without God, you are fake. Me. Are you familiar? You may all that. It will leave, even if it.
I just noticed you can actually see his eyes through the mask because you can see him blinking. I'd never realized that before, and I actually kind of hate it. No maidens. What's up, Koba? Welcome in. Always missed this part. I don't even know. I don't know what you're even doing. We are talking to Vare. We are getting a Golden Rune 2 from over here. We are avoiding getting killed by the Tree Sentinel. The try that succeeds is the first try. That's true.
But I can also that you're not. Then why not? I am Carly.
We sell this, buy the crafting kits. Probably also buy 5 arrows because we'll need the arrows later anyway. I should really look up what the requirements are for the Black Steel Twinblade. Does anybody want to give me the stats for it? Is it like 17, 18 in some of the stats, I think? Who needs maidens when we have Blythe? This is true. We got one good root resin drop there. Plenty more of that by Warmaster's Shack, though. I think, honestly, blood roses are the thing that bottleneck us. Yeah, we're only going to manage to get to 16 strength and 17 endurance. Well, not 17 endurance, 17... yeah, 16 strength, 17 dex. But then strength 18, dex 15, faith 30. Okay, well, the faith isn't too bad. You don't start with a ton of faith as a samurai, but it's not difficult.
Turning to aid you, you need to the foot.
To the foot?
I
I
bequeath
thought she was proposing a toast.
torrent. Treat him with
A toast of the Foot clan. Alright, let's boogie. Just got to get the wet blade first. Even though the katana does bleed, I think I prefer using the Morning Star at this stage. It's just hold down a button until the dragon dies, basically. Huh. Yoink. Off to Storm Hill for the usual bits. That last run being 4.5 hours is crazy. I don't know if the Twinblade is going to be quite as good, just because of the raw damage potential that big, heavy-hitting weapons like that Greathammer have, but that's a pretty good run. I'm also assuming this Twinblade, like its Greathammer cousin, is going to be a regular smithing stone weapon rather than a somber. Off here, hit this ledge, off to get the strength knot tier. Just smithing stones? Yeah, I figured, because it doesn't have a unique Ash of War, so I figured it wasn't going to be a somber. It's not like a unique weapon. More root resin. Grab the root resin from here. There is a Twinblade talisman, but I don't think it's actually that good for Twinblades, is it? Everyone's made Gideon because of the Elden Ring weapons. I imagine they have. Considering the popularity of this game in general.
I was in torrents. 'Tis a summon there, the spirits now it is that. I doubt we. How long will it be for the time?
Bye, boss. Okay, 2 gold pickle foul feet. I think I'll save 1 for Moog this time. But we'll use the first one for Grail and the Knight's Cavalry because they're worth more runes than just Grail. I can never resist picking those up, even though I'm fairly certain I will not need them. Also, during the bathroom break, I did look up where this weapon is, so I understand Big Kev's instructions now. There is a small soldiers' camp on Shadow Altus where the Twinblade can be obtained by getting a guy there to drop it. Which is probably done in the same way that you get a dog to drop anything, by just sternly saying, drop it. Sorry, I wasn't clear? Oh, no, not at all. Like, it's just that I don't know the DLC map very well. And so, like, I don't always know exactly where people are trying to point me when they give directions. But yeah, not your fault at all. Don't worry about it. What's in your mouth? What's in your mouth? Is that a Twinblade? It's like that one Vine where it's like, what do you have? A knife. No! Alright, we got this. We'll cross the road to get the foot of the chicken that tried to cross the road, I guess. Why did the chicken cross the road? To apparently have its feet pickled. This foot is foul. Hide in here, walk back. Is guaranteed drop? Yes, I believe so. If it's not, then we have 2 silver foul feet, so we can give that a try. I do like just messing with the guys who draw on you on the way past. Like, I've already got my sword out. I am slightly quicker on the draw. It's a Twinblade. 2 knives. 2 knives as often as I can spare them. You don't ever had pickled chicken feet? I have not. What is the appeal of, like, they almost feel like they should be too hard to be eaten, especially if pickled. So I'm like, what's the experience of eating chicken feet like, even? Any specific rules for the runs? Beat the base game is really the only requirement. Like, roll credits on the base game. I'm setting individual objectives for some of them just because it feels fun to do it that way and inject some variety. Like, since you start with the Battle Axe, if you start as the hero class, for the Battle Axe run, I did an all bosses playthrough. For the Astrologer's Staff, which you start with an Astrologer, I got every sorcery in the game and the DLC. But outside of that, it's really just... the only weapon we get to fully upgrade is the weapon that's like the star of the show. You can have support weapons as long as they don't overshadow what we're trying to use as the main weapon. And then just have fun with it is really the main thing. Dealer's choice, yeah. Killing that sheep to get it from... to free it from its rocky prison is also apparently a requirement of these runs now. Working on New Game +7, square off only. That's very specific, but pretty fun. I imagine if you're doing the DLC as well with Rilana's cameo, square off has got to be pretty formidable as a skill. Especially with, like, the stance pressure that thing has. You like chicken skin / chewing on cartilage, chicken on chicken wings. Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like if you enjoy gristle. Prefer my collagen plant-based? Yeah. $2k damage per hit, two-handed talisman, Alexander talisman, Relentless cameo. Pretty hefty, yeah. What weapon do you have it on? Is it a greatsword build? Is it Zweihander? Sorry, I typed that poorly. Oh, no worries. I got the gist. I got the gist. The word chicken appeared in it 3 times, and I was like, yeah, I feel it. Well, only on straight swords, so noble slender sword? Oh, fun. Is that the one that's really difficult to get? Is that the one that's like a 1 in 1,000 drop or something? Or is that noble's gold S-stock or something like that? I think I'm thinking of stamp upward cut for the equivalent of square off. Oh. I'm so happy that it's like 6 o'clock and is only just getting dark outside. Really feels like spring is actually arriving. Which it should be at this point in March. It's only a few days off. Edsa, thank you for the 9 months. Welcome back. Welcome to Black Steel Twinblade. It's great, isn't it? Oh, sure is. It really is. Okay, from here we go back here. We go to Fort Height. Get the Dectus Medallion and a ton of blood roses. I think I'm going to jump off into the Spirit Spring over here if I can find it. Oh, wait, no, we can go down this way. I like going this way for the extra runes. Sometimes you just need like 400 or 200 here and there, and it's really helpful to have these little runes. To begin with, especially. Sure, we'll take him. 7 here and still not 100% dark. I'm enjoying spring so much. Kind of miss it being dark at 5 PM. Boo. I like days where there's way more daylight hours. I'm always a lot happier seeing the sun more. Summer, definitely not your time. Yeah, I mean, summer isn't always the best, but then I feel like spring and autumn can still be a lovely time of year without having to worry about being as intensely hot as it can get in summer in some places. Oh god, I'm getting bullied. Getting bullied. Oh, just about avoided being blown up there as well. Excuse me, rats. Whom grace would again bless. Time to kick a man in the face. You ready? Just about managed it. Wasn't the cleanest. Love some of these days, even the big heat. Yeah, it varies for me. Sometimes I'm all about it. Sometimes I'm like, no, this is too much now. I just prefer the daylight hours. Also save a lot of money on heating and electricity during summer. Now we've heard the howling in the Mistwoods. We're not going to get the charged crystal tier this time because something tells me the Twinblade is not going to excel at charged heavies. I wonder if this is a Twinblade we're going to benefit from pairing with other Twinblades for that, like, ridiculous 4-hit jumping attack. I think all Twinblades can do that and will do that. It's just whether it's repetitive feeling to do it with every Twinblade hereafter, you know? Years ago, living in Italy reforged me into a heat and daylight loving person. That's fair. There should be 3 flask upgrades. Yeah, great. And then Wondrous Physic. Strength Knot. We'll put Faith Knot on there later. Ashes of War, Morning Star, Wild Strikes, Heavy Affinity, craft a bit of Blood Grease. Might as well do all of our menuing there. If we enter the sending gate by a different direction, does it take us somewhere different? Of course not. Imagine we end up in, like, Liurnia somewhere. Gonna grab this just in case we want the seal later. Love the echo in that place. Also really funny that the Blackblade Kindred doesn't aggro on you if you're riding away from this, but does aggro if you're riding up to it. Like, the trigger is so directional. Recommend Aspect of Crucible Wings. Ash of War has a unique tack and will go well with the Black Knight cosplay. Nice. Mojo, welcome in. Not quite getting towards the end of the bees. We are comfortably near the middle, I think. But we had a fantastic run with the Black Steel Greathammer, so the Twinblade is going to be super fun as well, I think. We are about to start Cheese and Dragons. Starting with this one, who needs to do a fire breath attack. There we go. And then we run away. We run away, we get stuck up in the crevice of this tree, and then we wait. Oh Lord, he coming. There is a golden rune skull on top of that vase that the dragon is currently walking past. You can't quite see it because I have the camera in the way, but believe me, it's there, and it's really weird that it's there. So as always, the trick here is to wait until the dragon gets to over halfway through this circle. We hop out and go, hoo-hoo, and then we get back on the horse. And wait for it to fly. Should be safe enough here, despite how it looks. Incredible work. Now all I need to do is not fall off the bridge while the dragon does fall off the bridge. Yay! That's still so consistent. Amazing. Okay, off to fight Knights Cavalry, and by fight I mean cheese. Yes, we have broken physics in the chat, and we are breaking physics in the game. Nothing new here. You rang. These as well, because this one, especially the Golden Rune 8, is very nice to have. Make sure we tag this Grace just in case the Knights Cavalry fight goes badly. We do need to keep these runes. No, you don't. Okay, he's in position. He has assumed the position. And there he goes. Splendid! So now we're going to fight Greol without the additional foul foot buff because I want to save the second one for Moog. We'll get even more bonus runes from fighting Moog, which we should be doing in less than 2 hours. So that's all gone well. Oh, that's a Golden Rune 1. That's barely worth having. First leap he does, I found out the unusual way you can get him to jump straight off the bridge from his starting position. Oh, interesting. I guess it depends on what attack pattern he chooses to do first, but I gather there's a couple of different strats for that guy, so I'm honestly pretty happy just doing the one that I've found, but I've seen people like throw a couple of kukri at specific branches of a tree and he just walks off. There's a couple of fun ways of doing that. Of how dramatic their theme is. Yeah, the Knights Cavalry theme is the one I ended up using for all of the previously on videos that Zloy and I had at the beginning of our first co-op run through this game. Okay, points going into the usual stats. Hi Mel, not today. Not right now, anyway.
To determine
Definitely today.
It seems torrent, whereas I'm in. There is, but I can take gathering place. Let my share them with me.
So, 16 strength, 17 dex, 20 endurance, the rest goes in vigor.
Principles you would follow.
Wonderful. These are the principles I would follow. That's that done. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. I'll have to try my best not to automatically use the gold pickle foul foot at the end of this. There are a couple that I know where they are, if it turns out we need a second. Or a third, rather. What's up, Falcon? Welcome in. I think on the last stream there was some question about who the noisiest boss was, and somebody said Grail's Roar was, at least in canon, the noisiest thing you could hear in this game. I'm inclined to agree. One more blood grease. It seems like if you up your endurance to 20, you can basically get 2 full uses of wild strikes out of both your stamina and your FP bar, which leaves this final flurry of blows uninterrupted. So I think that's actually quite nice. She is loud. Loud enough that it lowers your attack and your defense. Nice. Yeah, tragically we no longer have the extra rune buff, but we're going to be getting tons more from Moog this way. And we do get to put a bunch more into Vigor, so there's that. Okay, quick trip back to Church of LA to buy arrows. Probably get another 300 or so out of what we've got left.
Well, you're back. How I suppose. Next time you don't fry, just have.
Nice.
Goodbye.
Bye, Carle. Back to Fort Faroth for the other half of the Dectus Medallion and a little bit of smithing stone gathering. Didn't quite make it very far into Faroth on the horse. It's now a little mini game I play with myself, see how far I can get across the threshold of places where it automatically dismounts you from Torrent. It's another reason I was never interested in learning to speedrun this game, is because the speedrun, at least the glitch version of the speedrun, requires you to down patch, first of all, and then use a glitch where you summon Torrent off the side of an object or something, and then it resets Torrent's, like, gravity. And so whenever you're going anywhere on the horse, you can actually ride through the air. And they call it the Pegasus glitch. It's really fun to watch, but seems like a pain in the butt to learn and get right. Okay, let's lure this dragon into breaking a statue, and let's get the other smithing stones that are around here. We need the Somber set for the Bloodhound's Fang, much the same as we did last time. Although I guess I do need this too. Don't like using glitches. Yeah, I'm on the fence about the whole thing. Like, it's, I think, more fun to me to do the glitchless run because it's a different level of skill. It's like skill with the intended mechanics of the game rather than exploits and having to factor in all of the stuff that people figure out can be glitched. But the amount for which it's like zips and wrong warps and that kind of stuff is fascinating to watch, but does not seem like it'd be super fun to play from my personal preferences of how to play a game. Right, now we get to get the smithing stones. Elden Ring is a difficult game, but it's also a very fun game, and can be a very easy game depending on how experienced you are with it. It's one of those games that is difficult to learn and incredibly fun to master, in my experience. I wouldn't say I'd mastered this yet, but I'm getting there. Did the dragon see me? Okay, now it has. Or maybe it hasn't. Hello? There we go. Got to get it to roar and then it'll follow you. Fell asleep while watching stream. Time for you to head out. Hey, no worries. Sleep well. Yeah, walkies. Yeah, Ninja Cat, except it's a dragon. It does that, like, butt wiggle they do when they're about to pounce on something. Where they're, like, resetting their feet. Okay, and if I stand about here, this should be fine. Just gonna close the blinds in my office. Beautiful. Thanks, dragon. Up the nearby routes. I love how much that skips the lake around there. Also going to switch back to the Uchigatana for this, because Unsheath is a markedly better skill to use on these in my experience so far. I've got the bow equipped as well, so... Oh, no, he's run. He's run away. Let's see if we can get him off the cliff. It's probably faster that way. Or just get stuck inside this branch. Also good. That's the 8. We'll go get the 9 and the rune arcs. Also have hairballs, but bone balls like in Hell. It's kind of like, yeah, the pellets. Dragon pellets. I'm pretty sure dragons were just like, presuming they are fire-breathing dragons, which most of the ones in this game are, just incinerate anything that they couldn't digest. Okay, we'll grab the Dragon Barrow Grace over here so that we can return here later. And now it's time to go back to the Mistwoods to meet Blythe. Charcoal is supposed to aid digestion. There you go. Self-regulating even. In a second, it'll be time to find where Fingersnap has gone in my list of gestures. Once again, I don't think we need the axe talisman, so we're going to ignore that. There it is.
Carly sent you. The name's Blood. He fled, so come tell me if I can offer you.
Alright. Well, we know exactly where that man is, and his sword. Him and the horse he rode in on. We blood grease. We blithe. We fight.
Darrowell. Rotting in a cell is no true justice. No. This is where it ends for you.
Rotting in a jail is no true Scotsman. Nice. Little extra bleed damage thrown in there. Blythe has returned to his world. His world being right here.
How to work for it? Don't say I'm not. Oh, if you venture.
Here's this rock I
to be
found.
sure I owe you one.
Okay, take me to church. And then it'll be time for Margit. Just need one of these. Also need to equip the Saw Seal. You may occasionally see faint white phantoms. Don't worry, this is normal. I find them way less disconcerting in Elden Ring than I expected to, and I find the ones in Dark Souls even more, like, scary looking. Just something about the way they render in Dark Souls makes them feel way more solid. Once again, not winning the Limgrave long jump with the horse there. Oh god, I've equipped the bow somehow. Not quite sure how that happened. I got jumped. Anyway. Let's get out here and do our thing. Gonna skip the Margit cutscene this time around, because we all know Margit. Who is kindly letting me do all my buffs. Where do you get the emote for Blythe again? You talk to Carle after you've heard Blythe howling in the Mistwood. Dude, we are all over the place on this fight. What's going on? There we go. That's the stuff. Giving the Moog treatment. That's how that should have gone the entire time. I don't know what was up there. Thanks for the talisman pouch.
I shall remember thee, tarnished, smouldering with thy meager flame.
Sorry, I've got to see a man about a gate.
Cower in fear of the night. It's tight. The guards you breach the... Well, but of course.
They are twins after all, yeah. extra sacred tear from Millicent's church. Dang it, they got a second volley in sooner than I expected. I think maybe Godric's for this one as well. We might switch to Radagon's later, but I say that every time. Then again, maybe we fight Fell Twins because this is Fell Twinblade. Why does he tell you to fear the night if he isn't Batman? That's the thing. He is Batman. He's a very rich guy going under a secret identity. Has a whole cadre of people dressed in black. Wears a big cape. He's Batman. Morgott is Batman. Does he live in a cave? Probably some of the time. Does a cave in a tree count? That seems to be what's going on with the Erd tree. For my money, at least. Also considers himself socially cursed. Batman. A little tense in the shoulders now. I need to relax a little bit. Right. In for Godric, a fight which will be relatively straightforward. This might be a fun one to have on the Twinblade, though. Bit of Stormcaller. If you can have it on a Twinblade, which maybe you can't. He picks his axe up out of the ground. Just gonna heal off that one. There we go. Did I just not take the riposte there at all, or did the riposte act funny because he was about to do his phase transition? Either way, doesn't matter hugely. Here we are. And that's a fight.
I am the Lord of all that is golden, and one day we'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
We did it! On to Liurnia, my friends. Where we need to pick up a crystal tier, talk to a guy, do a dragon heist. The usual malarkey. We'll tag this Grace. I think here is where we'll do our quick trip to the Round Table Hold this time. For which we do need to rest at the Grace because we haven't been there yet.
Very well. Let my hand rest upon you.
Starting to feel like something out of Terminal Montage. I don't know the reference. Hello.
Let's grey anchor until it will drag you across the alphabetical sword. Seek to become lethal.
Let the words of the fingers guide you. I forget where the quote comes from. It's probably a Discworld one. Might be like Granny Weatherwax or somebody, but I think the two fingers really is a great application of the rule. Never trust something if you can't see where it's keeping its brain. If anyone can tell me where the two fingers does keep its brain, would love to know. Tag this because we will certainly come back, do the Clean Rot Knight fight later to get the Winged Sword insignia. If any other Twinblade builds are anything to go by. Is that a quote from Harry Potter, or does Harry Potter quote something else there? I don't know. If it's a quote from Harry Potter, then I don't know, I take it back. Bye, Mika 2. Have a good one. Haha, your revenge didn't even get to happen. Master the art of parking on those stairs briefly to get the smithing stone. Okay, off to see Vare. Do that whole malarkey. Grab a few runes on the way, I guess. Huh. Huh. Ah. No, get away. Almost got hit by every piece of magic that was coming up to me there. Ooh. Oh. And other similar noises. I think we're good for blood grease, so we won't worry about getting the blood roses from here.
Truly, I believe even that's the part. Oh, give it a try. And if it I've high,
Barry, I will chop your nose off. See if I don't. We'll grab the smithing stones from in here, because we might want those later. We'll probably get lobstered for our trouble, but maybe I deserve it, who knows. Try and put a tree between me and them. I think we got away with it. Dragon Heist Lobster Edition. Nice. Clean this time. Much as people love the Bloodhound's Fang, I just can't use it. I will have to use it more extensively for whatever the whenever the Bloodhound's Fang makes it into the rotation. I think after all of the Blood Fiend weapons. But, yeah, it's just my shortcut to the DLC. Always get clobbered by the lobsters. Clobstered, even. Yeah, they are the clobsters, especially when they, like, pick you up and just, like, punch you in the face with the claw several times. I'm like, that one just feels rude. Dragon Heist. Then we're going to go and get the gazebo smithing stones over here, and then go see EG. Yeah, we can't teleport out here. Let's just go back to the Grace. Rest, rest, rest. The guy bearing down on me. Okay, through here. Actually, no, not through here yet. We need to jump off one more time. See, this is the bit where I've seen Mitch Riz do it, where he, like, jumps to something over there, and I'm like, how did you do that? Let's not worry about it. Let's go off here instead. Do it my usual way. When I was initially learning this route, I didn't like doing that jump off the rock. Like, it always felt like it was unnecessary or inelegant, but now I'm just like, you know what, yeah, it does help if you want to get around. People have had enough time to optimize this that I'm like, I should probably just trust that they know what they're doing. Okay, one brief pit stop with EG to upgrade this thing to +4, and then we're off to Altus. It's all going fairly smooth so far. Had a bit of a rocky start with Margit, but nothing we couldn't recover from.
Well, I presume. Oh, I am.
That was me mashing slightly more than I needed to.
Oh, and I'm up. If you come to, I am to raise territory. When the
We're gonna get the carrion filigree just because it sometimes helps with Bloodhound's Fang.
Quite a rare, perhaps. At any rate, I've some.
And also, if we do the extra effort of talking to Blythe, we should probably do that too. Okay, flasks. Good. Back here, off to Altus. We'll do the Frenzied Flame Village and Vike along with the rest of Vare's quest. Wait, that's a huge book? It is a big book. Generally, big book. Quickly grab this. We won't worry about the golden seed from down here this time. Just trying to cut out a few of the extra unnecessary things that I get up to. I'm finding all the sacred tears pretty helpful though. Especially when my health bar is this big already. Imagine how much you'd have to squint through that headgear to read a human-sized book, right? He's got the large font for his aging eyes. Identifies himself as an old codger. Beat him earlier today. Radagon's like perfect order T-pose is always so funny to me. The other advantage of doing all of this stuff before we go and fight Vike is that we have the opportunity to fight Vike with extra talismans that help us do more damage. A +6 weapon. Potentially even higher than that because we don't strictly need to do all of the stuff with Vike and the Frenzied Flame Village before we go to Lanedale, so we could have it like +9 if we wanted to. Which I wouldn't mind because the Vike fight can get a little bit squirrely. Right, we'll grab this Grace over here, off to Loux Ruins for the Ritual Sword Talisman. We know pretty well how this goes now. It's funny to me that even though the Forbidden Lands are meant to be, you know, forbidden, A, there are quite a lot of people there, and B, they really don't make any kind of attempt to hide them from you on the map. It just really depends whether you believe the notion that you can go anywhere that you can see. Oh yeah, I need to add the dexterity physic tier. Not super necessary for this fight though. Might have finished her one hit earlier. Okay, last time we skipped Erdtree Gazing Hill. This time I'm going to go and get the Golden Seed from down here, grab the Grace, because we'll probably come back here to do Millicent's quest, so it will actually be a location I will need. Because Millicent's prosthesis will be useful to have. I think from here it's probably faster to ride across here than it is to walk back to the Grace and ride up the road. Just because of load times. Get wrecked. We'll grab this. many soldiers halfway cut in two. I think there are more soldiers than there are normal people in the Lands Between, currently. It's like the only job is to be a cop in Lanedale or whatever. The only people who aren't soldiers of some kind are just the NPCs that you talk to. And I guess the Relicaria scholars, perhaps, but they still count. Deldica, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Assuming it's still Tuesday for you. For some people, it's now Wednesday. We'll definitely need this grace again, and I do need all the golden seeds, so... 3 classes, cop, commoner, and guy who stands on beaches. Not alive, yeah. Beach zombies. Definitely having the worst time in the best place. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Okay, that's good. The Viridian Abba medallion you get from fighting Morgott 1.5 is just like a flat increase to stats, right? It's not a percentage. I was wondering if it would be worth it on the higher endurance runs, but I think it is just add 15 endurance or something. Probably not even that. And it really just adds to stamina, not endurance, if I understand it right. So, doesn't even help with equip load. Missed. This skull feels like it's bait. So from here down to these ruins where we get the +5. From that guy. May as well grab another couple of runes. Another golden rune 8. Not going to turn my nose up at that. Hey, welcome back, Otter. We are all done with Black Steel Twinblade, or with Black Steel Hammer, rather, Great Hammer. We're now on to Black Steel Twinblade. Which means another fresh start, Zoolander 2. And a quick route to the DLC. We're done already? I mean, we're done with that weapon. We are far from done with everything else. But yeah, that was probably my fastest new game run, just over 4.5 hours. So hopefully we can have a repeat performance. Considering it took me less than 2 hours to get to the DLC last time, I think that was indicative that it was going to be a very quick one. And then the weapon itself just absolutely owns. It's very, very good. A to Z will be done by 2035. Well, that's heartening to hear. Dare I say it, encouraging. Yeah, we hit, I think Gideon took 3 hits. Soho! Hey, welcome in. Hello, friends. Flint, Cons, Trish, Olivia, Messi. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, Raiders. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you don't know me, my name is Pixel Riffs. I am normally a Minecraft guy, Minecraft YouTuber and streamer, but these days I play a lot of Elden Ring on the side. And right now we are on our 31st run of what I'm calling the Elden Ring A to Z, which is a challenge where I'm trying to beat Elden Ring with every weapon in alphabetical order. It's going alright, actually. So far, we just finished with the Black Steel Greathammer, and now we're doing a little speed run to the DLC for the Black Steel Twinblade. So I'm off to fight the guy that you need to fight for Vare's quest if you're playing that offline. I was highly recommended. Well, thank you so much to everyone who recommended me. What were you up to on today's stream? What were you working on? Tell me everything. I'll try my best to pay attention to chat, but I do have to fight a very scary man in a second. Not that guy. He's fine. Lovely to see some familiar faces and names in chat. Hope you're all having a wonderful week so far. It's dark down here tonight, which is good because it means you can't see the terrible things that are around here. Like this guy, for example. Ignore him. We're here for this. Took care of business with Godfrey. Nice. Very, very nice. Doing your first playthrough, just beat Godfrey. Very cool. Yeah, I have no idea how good this weapon is going to be once we acquire it, but it will be my first time using a Twinblade properly. First, though, we got to fight this man. And then probably Radagon. Alright. Let's dance, you and I. Nice, we got him. Get roll caught. Get roll caught. Let's go. Absolutely not. Yeah, don't let that one hit you. That's the main thing. He's got all of the Beast Clergyman moves. Nice. And bleeds for the win. Love his big spiky hammer. Everyone's favorite weapon, the Great Stars, yeah. Looking forward to getting to use that sometime in 2040 or whatever. But yeah, congrats on beating Godfrey. I will have to check out the VOD. Really enjoying watching some folks play Elden Ring, especially if it's a first playthrough. As always, because this is a faith build, we're probably going to go and get the grace over here by Mount Gelmir, because we'll want to go back this way for Golden Vow later. For now, though, well, let's go back to EG to reinforce this weapon. And we'll go fight the big lad.
Well, then I presume.
That's +6. And now we get to find out how many attempts it's going to take me to jump off this cliff and do it right. You love twin blades? Yeah, I've genuinely never had a build that really favored them. I always had like other stuff going on with builds. So I think it's super fun having the opportunity to use one this time. Right, let's see how we do. I'm also going to unequip this bow because I'm not using it right now. We're going to add the Ritual Sword Talisman on here. We're also going to fix up the Wondrous Physics so it has the Dexterity Crystal tier as well. And I suppose we should do this with our flasks. Okay, so now we have 9 and +9, which is decent. We haven't been to Church of Inhibition yet. All we have to do is do this. Dang it, not first try. Never mind. Sorry to everyone who I let down in the stakes earlier. We should have, like, chat predictions about this at this point, but the goal, for those who don't know, is to jump off here, immediately hit jump again, land down here where... Okay, the icon is not going to appear. Dang it. Alright. If you land on the ground in that desert, you can respawn as though you've just died to Radagon, and it will allow you to skip going to Castle Redmane and doing the whole cutscene and everything to get Radagon's fight working. That time I didn't even do the second jump. Yeah, this is one of the tricks that, despite getting pretty decent at this game by this stage, I still don't always know what I'm doing wrong. I think it's because I don't commit hard enough to a certain direction, but then sometimes I need to correct my direction because I am jumping off in a way that means I'm not going to land in the right place. So I got to do it one way or the other. The most annoying thing about it is having to hear Millicent suffering over and over again and not be able to do anything about it. And that one was just never gonna work out. Like, you need to land just to the left of that pillar. That absolutely didn't work out, and I also just lost 6,000 runes, but we don't need 6,000 runes. The map. One of these days I will turn off the loading screen hints. Like, I don't know why I leave them there. There we go. Yes, okay, that's the stuff. I wasn't counting, but I think that might have been 7 or 8. 6. Thank you, Dan. Anybody who had 6 earlier, you're welcome. Time to fight the guy. Close enough, yeah. Between you and Valois, I think you were like 2 either side. I was trying to get out of range of the arrow. Well, we didn't skip the ranged phase, apparently. Whatever, I'm summoning the squad. Let's do this old school. The rain caught up with me. Okay, Okay, I managed to apply the blood grease at least, so that's happening now. Oh, he's gone. Okay. I thought we weren't going to get phase 2. I was hoping we would get lucky. And now I'm just not landing Bloodhound's finesse at all. Oh, we got the stagger. Nice. And didn't get to capitalize. R.I.P. Leonard. Okay, the sloppiest Radagon fight we've ever done, but I don't mind. Time to skip the cutscene. We'll talk to Alexander because we might give this thing a skill that we want to have Shard of Alexander for. Feel so bad for the horse. Oh, yeah. Leonard does not deserve the amount that players end up hitting him instead of Radagon.
Who could expect? Just you wait.
Okay, back to round table hold so we can receive our third talisman pouch. And then we're off to Lanedale via Draconic Tree Sentinel.
Only. Fine, you have earned now to become the
Fine, you've earned your way to become the Elden Lord. Alright, bye. One of these days I will get better at, like, scripting these fights so they go better than that just did. Let's put... We'll stick with 40 Vigor for now. Let's put a couple more into Endurance. Actually, no, let's start putting points into Faith, even though it's not going to help with this build. Except leveling overall stats. I do need to have... Is it 13 Faith for this Twinblade? So we might as well start leveling it now. 40 Vigor is just baseline. We can probably stick with that for the rest of the game, provided the weapon can be survivable. Alright, now we aim to go between the legs of the archer over here. I don't know why he ended up switching his target that time. Sometimes he doesn't, sometimes he just lets you go through. This time, for whatever reason, he did. Anyhow, Draconic Tree Sentinel. Let's dance. Very nice. Decent first volley. Got to make sure I have enough stamina to roll after a big attack like that. Oh, we traded. And I prevail. Radagon is every horse girl I know. Oh, yeah. Radagon is definitely a horse girly. No, level up, level up. Okay, 13 faith. We'll put one more into endurance, because we'll probably need a fair bit of endurance to use this Twinblade. Ideally, from this point on, we don't really want to earn that many runes, but I think the only boss that's left is Moog, so... doing pretty well for time. Once we get to Gravesite Plain, we will be wrapping up the run there. Or wrapping up the stream there, rather. The run is going to continue on Thursday. But we'll wait to acquire the weapon until the next stream, because I don't know if I have the chops to beat whatever dude we have to beat. Don't know if we're going to need some Shadow Tree fragments, or if I will be able to do it with just the base stats that you go in with. Lanedale's such a cool place. Took a lot more stamina than it needed to. Just did a weird flop. I think we'll fight this guy now just to have some runes in reserve. Also, I think he has glowing eyes, which is unheard of. He has glowing eyes despite not having any eyes, which is actually hilarious, but also kind of amazing. Ouch. No, you don't. This is normally like 10k. It gave us 50, and then it gave us a rune worth another 50. Unbelievable. Yeah, the glow was coming from kind of inside, but it's in the position where you imagine, like, they would put the eyes if there was nowhere else for the eyes to go. Hey, Mel.
For bringing here, and thus I shall to farewell. I shall leave. I wish you have. I have no.
So the thing is, for the damage calculation that we're aiming for here, we actually don't want to level our strength or dexterity at all, so I am going to put a couple of points into faith again, even though I don't really want to. It will help to have the faith later anyway. And then we need like 10 more runes. But yeah, later on, obviously, we'll want to get Golden Vow and stuff, so... It makes sense to me. If I knew we were going to survive the sewers, then we could potentially have kept those runes for leveling Bloodhound's Fang the rest of the way, but can't always make that a guarantee. What do you mean, Robbie? Is that the equivalent of finding 3 diamonds in all of the village blacksmiths? Which is what tends to happen to me on bingo runs when I need them. As long as I can find a village anyway. We'll get this grace. Just in case we need it. Didn't land on the archway this time. Do the imp slalom. Or desert temples. Desert temples also. Okay, time to grab a Smithing Stone 7 from a Scarab. As long as the lobster does not detain me. Thank goodness for that. And now we need to... Oh, God. Now we need to not get spat on by a lobster. Run out here and obtain Moog Shackle. And then run back in. God, they're awful. When lightning strikes the floating shulker box, that's the other one, yes. The inverse luck. Whew, okay. Well, that part is awful, but it's over. Let's go back to EG. I think we still have Godric's Remembrance. Oh, we have a bunch, yeah. Got all of those. 2, and... What do we need, like 1,000? Nice, so +9. Let's go from Grand Lift of Dectus, go fight Vike. Oh wait, no, we need to go and see Vare first. What am I doing? Because he's got to give us the Maiden's Favor thing first. I mean, technically we can go and fight Vike and then just walk back and forth, but it's a little bit less time. Yeah, Hubris is obviously the reason I get luck occasionally. It's all in balance, right? It's all about balance. That clip is so old as well. That's like back when I was using a green screen and stuff. I had a different overlay.
Oh, I'm glad. You have a... I wish to... A night luminary... So. Now. For your... Normally the... But...
Now we can go here. Man, after all of this, I'd better remember to use the gold pickled foulfoot after Moog. I need to remind myself verbally so that I will actually do it. I think another thing I'm getting better on as I do these runs faster and faster is just not getting stuck on the trees when I make jumps off of buildings like that. Everyone's favorite part, the Tower of Sauron. Hey, we didn't get ratted this time. Nice. Oh, you've never seen the Charged Creeper clip? Yep, it's a classic of this channel. Like how it gives you just long enough to go and get Howl of Shabriri and then ascend the tower again to slash at the chaps. Textbook. Okay, off we go. Pretty sure that one piece of wood that was sticking out the edge of the tower there is the only reason I survived. Time for Vike. Oh, I could get used to the amount of damage I'm doing here. Yeah, if we can 3-shot Vike, then that's it's a good day. I think maybe I'll get into the habit of doing it this way. Won't even bother getting the grace here, we're not coming back. Revenge for what he did to me the last time. I think even the time before at this point, because the last time it was also relatively quick. But yeah, I think he did teabag a little bit during the Black Knife run. But that's because I was trying to kill him with a dagger instead of this thing.
You've complained with this a knight. Now, this...
Now, pull my finger.
Oh, good heavens. Clench your teeth.
Remember debris mining? Don't know when I started watching. Don't know what Twitch was until I started following the survival guide. Oh, well, it's always a delight to introduce people to this cesspool. Let's go. Speaking of cesspools, Mogwin Palace. Genuinely curious how long it's taken us to get here, but seemingly not long. Yeah, hour and a half. Pretty good. We have streamlined it a little bit, and I'm getting better at some of the fights, so not going to complain. We do still need to do one final upgrade to the Bloodhound's Fang once we have the +10. So a little bit of running through here. Couple more runes to collect. Grab the smithing stones from here as well, because eventually we will have to upgrade the Twinblade. I think the runes we're getting from these guys just casually destroying themselves is going to make up for that, provided I get to keep them with the Sanguine Noble at the top of this place. Then again, I do have 40 Vigor, so pretty survivable now. Are we going to get Reduviated? Is there a Spirit Ash that uses a Twin Blade? I don't think... Yep, we got Reduviated. That's, in the back of the leg there. Oh, that's a rough place to get it. Like, literally the kneecap. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there is a Spirit Ash that uses a Twin Blade. I don't think there is. Because Eleonora doesn't become a Spirit Ash. Oh god, we got blood. We got so much blood. So much blood everywhere. Please just let me keep my 4,000 runes. I think the worst is over. Yay! Okay, let's go see EG and then let's double back.
Brave.
Turn up to EG, he's just like, brave. I'm like, spare it. Let's just do this quick bit of business. Okay. December 2018 Ocean Monument video. Wow. Yeah, that's a blast from the past. Okay, let's remove this. Let's get Moog's Shackle on the equipment carousel. That's not Moog's Shackle, thank you. Remove the blood grease from my pouch. There we go. Okay, well, we need to two-hand this. We've got all the advantages we could possibly want. Let's get into the DLC. 6 years later, I joined chat. Here we are, Princes of the Universe. Don't think I got to drink the Wondrous Physic that time. Nope, I did not. Never mind. A little blood grease here while he's doing the walk down. Dang it. Okay, we're slightly messed up here. We might be able to recover. Now I ended up one-handing the weapon. Honestly, I'll be better off just resetting here, but I want to see how badly this has to go before I... Yeah, I can't stagger him now, can I? Yeah, okay, we need to just reset. Tinker, thank you for the 82. Just 2 more months till your 7-year anniversary. Hope I'm prepared. I'm somewhat prepared. Thank you so much, Tinker. Yeah, so I only goofed that because we didn't keep up the stance pressure. But that's not really a huge problem now. Maybe I blood greased a little bit too early there. But yeah, I just wasn't prepared for his opening attack. I thought he wasn't going to hit me. Now we're ready. This should stagger. We get to take the riposte from the front. And this one kills. Very nice.
As clear as day.
Second try.
The coming of our dynasty.
And now I remember to use the foul foots. Hey, thanks, KG. Glad to see you're hanging out. And we're in. Okay, let's put some points into strength and dex, for goodness sake. Let's probably do 30 strength. 22 dex is fine. That should get us enough to use the weapon at least. And that is, yeah, our fastest run to the DLC yet. Just under 1 hour 40. Pretty good. We're going to rest at Gravesite Plain, and that is where we will be calling the stream for the day. Because, yeah, we've finished one weapon, gotten very, very close to the next. And my head hurts and I need a cup of tea. But yeah, coming in at 3 hours and 20 minutes on the stream, I'd say we've made some good progress. Friends, next time here on Gravesite Plain, we will actually get our way to Shadow Altus. Why is Twitch telling me about a hype train now? What's going on? The stream is ending. What do you mean hype train? Hilarious. Yeah, big shrug. Yeah, we're going to wrap things up there with Zoolander 2. we will be making our way to the Black Steel Twinblade on the next stream. Yeah, we'll see you all on Thursday. I'm going to be doing another Minecraft, followed by Elden Ring double bill as per usual. And we're going to wrap up here and see who we can raid here on the Twitchs. Oh, I tell you what. Apothic Decay is playing Minecraft. So let's go raid Becca. If you want to watch something completely different, by the way, my partner is in the other room over at twitch.tv/salarymin, streaming their thing with working with fountain pens and cool stationery, writing out the entirety of Lord of the Rings by hand. But we're going to go and raid our friend Becca, who's playing some Minecraft. Looks like it's on an SMP this time around. So, yeah, go say hi from me. Use your Pixel Hype emotes and the hashtag PixelRate. We'll be back on Thursday. Have a good one, friends. Take care. Bye for now.